Psychoacoustics Laboratory. We launched the challenge to answer the 3 questions. What does a sound mean? How the sound is made? And where is the sound? If sound doesn't exist in nature, we are forced to search for the correct acoustical information to activate the audition-cognition couple. Once this goal were achieved, the listener can complete the transformation process, synthesizing in his or her mind a credible image. Loudspeakers engineering and psychoacoustics work together to yield the correct energy distribution within a room and the correct convolved impulse to the listener in order to give the auditory system the right cues to synthesize a credible archetype. Once a loudspeaker is set in a room, it strikes all surfaces with acoustic rays. If we put small microphone probes at each hearing channel entrance of a listener, we have a data collection of time, energy, and frequency that are necessary and sufficient to describe the space around us. We call them head-related transfer functions. A very huge amount of data. If we record these signals binary recording and later we send them via headphones to the same listener, after she or he moved to another environment, he or she would perceive the original auditory event. The good piece of news is that it works. Why not? The bad piece of news is that it works only for him/her, because of genetic differences among human pinna. But the important thing to know is that binaural signals captured by in-ear mix cannot be sent to headphones to give all people the same information. From an engineering standpoint, still remains the unsolved matter of HRTF equalization for each listener and headphones correction. But apart from that, we acquire the knowledge of complex signals at listeners' ears, made essentially of 2 quantities, acoustical pressure and direction of origin. If binaural data acquisition is natively tailored to my head, and I want to understand what the common man hears, what should I do? I need a measure not linked to my head. So, turning back to the old 1-meter radius sphere, but consider this time stereo geometry layout, average listening distance, and living room sizes, the spherical surface sampling points can be approximated by a flat orthogonal 4-phase grid, front, right, back, and left. Each phase can be sampled with increased resolution by means of pressure and velocity microphones in order to know energy and direction of incoming wavefronts. This is a picture taken in 1988 in my laboratory when I was taking pressure and velocity measurements on a flat grid. It is possible to change any parameter in a deterministic way, knowing the result almost, in both objective and subjective domains. If it is true, then a mapping from starting set to arrival set is a one-to-one function. You can go through them in both directions because the system is linear and not oriented. Maybe you are accustomed to forward paths where input is recording and output is listening. This new concept allows for backward paths. Input is listening and output is recording. I mean, any subjective element able to change the couple audition plus cognition can be transformed into acoustical quantity variation in order to build up the specific archetype the engineer requested. Please note, this is a double-edged sword. The engineer must be absolutely aware of his/her sensation, and at the same time, he or she must know the biject function from domain to codomain. But pushing this concept to extreme consequences, any forward or backward causal variation shouldn't take into account the middle block. It control room must be transparent. It should be a straight wire. It simply means no outboard electronics, nor plugins. Only digital recording console with dedicated steering software. Of course, studio monitor's design has to be revised. Well, is it really possible? Can we really think of recording a reproduction process as a 2-lane road? Yes, because the process in both directions is a lossy transformation. Something is always lost, from mix to speakers and vice versa. This paradox could be really shocking for you. But the human auditory system, in spite of its complexity, is mostly forgiven for low-priority information losses. That's why you can look at Psychoacoustics experimental results as continuous differentiable curves, while actually they are interpolated, scattering plots of common ground, personal taste. Sorry for you, but no way to escape this oxymoron. If maths refer to real world, well, it is not certain. If maths is certain, it doesn't refer to real world. I mean, if application makes speakers is a pure concept, then it's not real. If application makes speakers is a real fact, then my theory may be still incomplete but true. In both cases, here is a new point of view to look at old matters. I hope you realize things are natively fuzzy, and serious research must rely upon psychoacoustic training, the lack of which leads to subjectiveness. Subjective domain is a finite space steered by math, while subjectiveness is a free space steered by emotions. Psychoacoustics takes care of sensations, not emotions. Sensations are outer world, while emotion are inner world. If emotion follows sensation, then we work the miracle of music. Of course, the last proven evidence is listening. Anyway, don't think of paradoxes a piece of cakes, because they come into play when things become extremely complex. A dozen of topics could be further addressed, just one, and perhaps the less understood. Stereophony theory addresses ideal isotropic sources, for which stereokinetic math was developed, but real finite sources need high-order psychoacoustics to become credible archetypes. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your